What's going on, brothers? As I'm telling you the name, got a video for you. As you're entitled, Prevention's Better Than Cure, Part 7. Here goes. So, you brothers already know that the government shutdown is in effect. You also know that it's going to affect a lot of the federal employees, a lot of which are Keishas. And, of course, it's going to affect Section 8. And I gotta say it like this. You remember the last shutdown? Lasted for 35 days. My question is, how long will this shutdown last? We don't know. But I know one thing that is true. Right now, Keisha's desperate. Right now, a lot of them are doing what they do when they get in trouble or when their mischief falls upon their head. They're out there begging and praying, and that right there lets you know that they're lukewarm, they're half-hearted. You see, they start praying when they're in trouble. They start praying when their shenanigans and their mischief backfires. That's the only time they start praying. That's why I say your best bet is to stay away from them, because prevention is better than a cure. You see, they're hurting right now, but when the dust settles and the coast is clear, you better believe they're just gonna bounce right back to stabbing you in the back and doing their dirt. This is what they promoted, this is what they pushed, this is what they love, this is what they loved, because chaos is their element. Chaos is their element, and you brothers recently saw it with the wife of Steph Curry, where despite his success, despite the fact that his net worth is what, like close to like 500 million, he's still getting disrespected. She's still sitting up here saying that she's open for big business. In other words, she wants anyone to come and stretch her jeans. So, let me get this right. Even if you obtain success, you do everything by the book, and hit pay dirt, you still don't get cooperation, you still don't get respect, you still don't get a wife who will stick by you through thick and thin, won't disrespect you in public, won't embarrass you. You still don't get that. Listen, brothers. These trollops are in a bad way because their chickens are coming home to roost. Their mischief is falling upon their head. That's what's happening, brothers. There are countless videos. I mean, countless videos of these box vendors, these sperm toilets, these parasites looking for a payday, all trying to figure out why men won't take the bait. Why won't you give them a soft landing? Why won't you lie down so they can run your ass over? Because that's what it is. It's not about relationships, it's not about marriage, it's not about settling down, it's about snatching resources away from you. That's what it's about. They're parasiting. But the problem is they can't parasite because you won't play along with it. You're not budging. Well, to hell with them. The hell with it. They're adults. They can bear the burdens by themselves, like they've said they could do for the past 60 years. Because remember, right now the default setting is, I'm strong and independent, I don't need no man. That is until there's a government shutdown. That is until there's a natural disaster. That is until they fall on hard times. Then suddenly, they code switch. Well, nobody's fooled. I'm not fooled. And you can't play the misogynist card because we're just using these tribes' logic against them. Because they said themselves, they're strong, independent, they don't need no man. When they cheat, they see ass to the plot. When they tell other women to leave a nice guy, they just keep promoting this mayhem. And then it's becoming all too apparent that they're doing this to mitigate their boredom. Yes, they're doing this to mitigate their boredom. If they're not causing chaos, if they're not agitating, if they're not making your life miserable, they're not happy. They're telling you who they are and what they are. And that's why you brothers owe to yourselves to prevent your misfortune. I'm gonna say it again, you gotta prevent your misfortune. Nobody knows how long this shit down's gonna last. Nobody knows who these hyenas are gonna lash out at. I can tell you one thing. They can't lash out at the men that are out of their reach. They can't lash out at you. They can't lash out at you brothers who are enjoying your life, enjoying your portion in life. They can't lash out at you because we're not in the picture. I'm gonna say it again, they can't lash out at us because we're not in the picture. But knowing them, they're gonna find some way to spin the narrative and make it our fault that they are face planting. Even though they're in the position that they're in because of their own ruinous choices. No one told them to spin themselves into student loan debt and financial debt. No one told them to go 80,000 in credit card debt to chase a lifestyle. Oh, and one more thing. They can't run to social media and say that, oh, we were deceived, we were lied to. No. They can't play that game anymore. Because they weren't sold a lie, they chose the lie. The lie made them feel good. The lie made them feel good. At the same time, you, who had your shit together, you, who learned something tangible, you, who cleared 6 figures, you were boring. You're boring. But now they need you. Nah. Keep that same energy. These box vendors, these gene pool polluters, these bad faith actors, these pharaoh types, they can keep that same energy. Tell them to keep that same energy. I don't wear a fucking cape. I don't chase. I don't beg. I don't swim in dirty water. It is what it is. They're going through hardships. Well, you brothers, you need to make sure that you're not one of them. Make sure you don't go through any hardships with them because they're hardships where they're going through self-inflicted. Steer clear of them. These are the last days. These are some hard days. But you got to think like a soldier. I'm going to say it again, brothers. You got to think like a soldier. You got to put yourself in a situation of maximum safety and advantage. You got to think like a soldier. Take heed, brothers. Take heed. It's not a Mgtow. So I got for you like a bad share in your commentary. Feel free to subscribe. If you don't do it, visit my channel. If I tip you on my channel. All right, fam. All right, brother. You know the drill. You know the routine. Go on with it. SYSBM. That's for these hoochies. That's for these hyenas. That's for these box vendors. That's for these gene pool polluters. I promise you how we say it. Give them nothing. This is Mgtow PSA. Welcome to tight. See you soon.